welcome to another episode of Riding in Cars with Books. I'm Jaclyn.
And I'm Phillip.
And today, I already forgot what I was doing. And today we are going to be discussing Motor Girl by Terry Moore.
Abstract Studios.
This is a fan favorite, fan being Phillip.
We all love Terry Moore.
That's true, but he's a big fanboy. So, can you tell me a little bit about your boy Terry Moore?
Sure. Why not? Like everything about Terry Moore? So
Just a synopsis.
Terry Moore broke into comics in the early 90s with a small little book called Strangers in Paradise.
Have you heard of it? Maybe you have.
It was actually by Antarctic Press at the time, which is where Ninja High School came from, of all places. Terry's first work came out at Antarctic Press. So
now he is self-published. His lovely wife, Robin, does all the hard work.
Producing. Executive producer, Robin Moore.
She's amazing.
She is. We love them.
Anyways, big fans, if you didn't already know. So we discussed this book a few years ago at book club, and it was a really fun book to discuss. There's a lot to discuss. So we'll try to do it justice here today.
There's a lot to break down.
No promises we'll do it justice, but we'll try. And there will be spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert.
Yes, we will talk spoilers in this video.
So, for Motor Girl, we have our two main characters are Sam and Mike. Sam is a veteran, ex-Marine, if you can call it that.
Or Marine. Discharged Marine.
So she went on at least one tour in Iraq that I can remember. Was there more than one?
I don't know if they delved that.
There was separate incidents, some prison stuff involved. I don't know how many tours, but doesn't matter. Veteran here. And then Mike is like her emotional support animal.
Correct.
To put it nicely.
That's a really good way of putting it. Mike. Yeah.
Another character that you'll see in this book is Aunt Libby. She appeared in Strangers in Paradise, but you don't need to read Strangers in Paradise to really know who Aunt Libby is. It's not Sam's aunt, it's Francine's aunt?
Yes.
Right? But Sam works at Aunt Libby's junkyard, hence the name Motor Girl. She works on cars and stuff. So majority of the story takes place in that junkyard, and it's telling her story through flashbacks and then some. And my favorite character is Bick. Bick is this cute little alien. Oh my god, he's so cute. He makes a grand appearance. There's several Bicks. Are they all named Bick?
I can't remember now at this point.
Or is that just the noise they make and we perceive it as their name?
Right.
Not really sure. So
it wasn't yesterday when I read this. So.
No. So there's some sci-fi elements to it, but I will say this is probably Terry Moore's most realistic book because of the themes that it covers.
Right.
Would you agree?
Yes, it can be a very hard book. It was a 10-issue series, and it might be my favorite story that Terry has told in a short period of time, but it can be hard.
It hits.
Yes,
right here.
There's lots of character plots in here that hit really hard with what this book is.
So the story really starts when Libby comes home or to the junkyard to tell Sam that there's been an offer for it. Is that right?
Yes.
Someone wants to
buy the junkyard. Correct.
And they're in like the middle of nowhere, like
Arizona.
Nevada, Arizona,
yeah, somewhere
whatever.
like that. Yeah,
like
out there,
where you think of Area 51, kind of that kind of vibe. And so you have these goons showing up trying to buy the property, and then an alien invasion happens, but like
really not invading.
Yeah, it's a lot. But
and when Jaclyn said that this is the most realistic, it really is.
It really
so
is.
you've got to take what's going on with what's happening in like the world around Sam.
yeah, Sam's story is very relevant, and it's a story that needs to be told. And there's just happens to be some conspiracy and sci-fi elements to aid that story along.
Right.
But there's also flashbacks of her time in Iraq. There's a lot of war. There's a lot of injury, medical content involved in the story.
Yeah, a lot happens to Sam during the war.
Yeah, and really Mike is there again as an emotional support animal, and it's just so good.
Yeah. So this whole story is really about Sam and how she's dealing with the aftermath of coming back from the war or tour, basically, and what she did over there and how she's coping with it, and she's kind of taken herself out from the rest of the world.
She's very isolated.
Yeah, she's isolated herself because there's just a lot going on with her. She doesn't really talk to her parents. She doesn't really want to deal with anyone at this time or anything like that.
Yeah, she's very alone out there. And honestly, if it wasn't for Mike, who knows what would have happened.
Right.
But if you want to get into spoilers about who Mike is, do you want to get into spoilers?
Yeah. At this point, we're going to get into spoilers. So if you don't want spoilers, just go on to the end of the video.
Just like and subscribe before you leave.
Right. Thank you.
So, when she was in Big Iraq, she came across this little boy that was tied to a bomb. And he had a stuffed animal gorilla. And the boy gave it to Sam.
Right.
And Sam wanted to protect the gorilla because she couldn't protect the kid.
Right.
Essentially how I took it.
That is pretty much it. Okay. So basically, this story is around Sam and how she is dealing with her PTSD from the war, and Mike, who is her emotional support animal, is the manifestation of herself and her inner dialogue of how she's trying to cope with everything and putting all these pieces together throughout this story. Like I said, there's pieces in this story that's tough. So the one thing that's very important in this story is the art. The art is very important in this because there are things that Terry tell in this story that is only through the art. He doesn't give you the words. He doesn't give you the dialogue. It is literally through the art that you'll pick up pieces of her story.
And if you've read any of his books before, you should know how detailed his line work is. It's incredible. But back to her war story, she got injured in the explosion trying to save the kid, right?
Right.
So there is pieces of shrapnel in her head still, causing headaches, all kinds of who knows what. And it's like, is she seeing Mike because of the shrapnel, or is she seeing it for other reasons like the PTSD? But they kind of go hand in hand.
They kind of go hand in hand.
The shrapnel and the PTSD, they're both resulting from her time in Iraq.
Right.
So a big part of the story also is she needs to have surgery to get rid of the shrapnel. And so it's like...
But that's hard for her too, because that's the question that Jaclyn just brought up is Sam's question. Is if she gets rid of the shrapnel, is that's what causing Mike, or is it the other thing? Because she doesn't want to lose Mike, because Mike is what basically has helped save her up to this point.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's a lot. And
it is a lot.
I forgot where I was going.
Straight. We're going straight right now.
I'm going to the comic shop.
We are. We're headed to the comic shop. So, but anyway, yeah, this story's hard. Like it is a great story. It's one of my favorite stories. When someone wants to pick up Terry's work, this is right now usually one of the first ones that I show them. It's either this or Echo. Those are the easiest ones to pick up right now. And that's
what I was going to say earlier is a lot of the sci-fi elements are also an analogy to
Correct.
her war times. So there's not like they're not side by side panels. They might be a few pages later, but literally like the alien invasion and the invasion in Iraq are like almost the same exact scene. So it's kind of how she's processing again the PTSD and going to therapy basically.
And that's why the art in this is so important, because you may see a page and then like 4 or 5 pages later you may see something very similar but maybe not quite, but it's putting the pieces together between what's going on now and what went on while she was in Iraq.
Yeah, there's a lot of flashbacks and you just have to pay attention to know if it's a flashback or current. And honestly, like if she's even dreaming it or if it really happened, there's a lot going on in the details.
Right.
But the ending, she just rides away into the sun with her gorilla. So it's also a very hopeful story.
Yes.
Like there's new beginnings after trauma.
If you have any emotions, you will probably cry.
Yes, you will cry.
If you don't have any emotions, I can't help you. But the story is one of the best. I think it's one of the best written Terry stories overall.
Yeah. Sam is a good one.
Yes, it's probably my overall favorite. Her as a character is probably my overall favorite character, Sam.
She's got a cool tattoo.
She does have a really cool tattoo. So
and she's just
you can show the back.
Awesome.
You can show the back of that thing. Yeah.
Her fatigues.
Yep.
Mike is fierce protector.
He is.
I love the scene of him in his underwear. Like, it's little things like that.
Like one time Mike scares some people in a car.
He's driving a motorcycle.
He's riding a motorcycle, and the kids love it, but the parents aren't so sure.
Yeah.
So it's well written in that sense of how Terry plays out the story. So
highly recommend. If you've read this one, we would love to hear what you think, and if you haven't read it, we would love for you to pick it up, and then we can talk about it some more, because it's amazing.
Yep. I'll always love to talk about this book.
So I think is that everything you want to say?
I think that's everything. The book is black and white if you've never seen any Terry stuff before. So he hasn't really done many color books or in color. In his career, there was some early Strangers when it was at Homage for a while, but all of his abstract stuff is black and white. So, and once again, it's some of his best art, I believe, is in here with the sci-fi elements and Vic.
Side profiles that he's just so good at.
Right.
Look at Vic; it's so cute.
So. Yep. Let us know what you think. If you've read it, what did you think?
Yes.
So
we can talk about Terry Moore books all day. So.
And we probably will.
Yeah, he will.
And if you have any other books you would like for us to talk about on our rides, let us know. Put down in the comments. We will pick it up and we will do our best to read it and talk about it and give you our thoughts. So, but like and subscribe. Hit the little notification button or tap the notification button. No hitting.
Yeah, and we'll be back next week with another Writing in Cars with Books.
Thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.